Welcome back to my Book of Mormon. Me, David Michael. We are heading into episode 90. That's right. And we are still reading the Pricey Pearl. We're about to get into something called Joseph Smith Matthew, whatever that means. So we'll find out very shortly. Before we do, let's thank a few people real quick. So first off, 3 different people made one-time donations this week. We have to thank Hillary, Abigail, and good old Hal. Yeah, Hal, I've lost count of the number of one-time donations Hal's made. So thanks to all 3 of you. Awesome. And then we also need to thank our newest Real Mimo, Vincent. So thank you so much, Vincent, to all of you and to everybody that's contributed. You guys, totally awesome. Saving the world, one life at a time. Okay. So, I guess, once again, short intro. Let's just get into this thing. So, we are reading Joseph Smith Matthew. Now, I know when we were reading Book of Mormon, I never read the italicized. It was like spoilers. But I don't know, this book, this Pricey Pearl, you kind of have to read the italicized. Otherwise, you just won't know what's going on. So, here we go. It says, an extract from the translation of the Bible as revealed to Joseph Smith the prophet in 1831. Matthew 23, verse 39, and chapter 24. Okay. Gotta be honest, I've always been confused when it says that he translated the Bible. Like, translated it from what? You know, I know I've been down this road before, but I think what he did was just like take an existing Bible and then just change the wording, right? That's not exactly translating. That's more like amending, right? Or just outright editing, I guess. Well, whatever. They're calling it a translation, so whatever. All right, so I guess this is just a chapter from Matthew. I wonder when they made this one so special, but I don't know. And remember, guys, I've read the Bible, but it's not like I have memorized it, right? So there's probably going to be things in here that are like slightly different, and I guess I could go get a Bible and like compare Matthew 23:39 and chapter 24 and see what's different. Feels like a lot of work. So I'm just going to read it, and, you know, I'm just going to make fun of it. And I'm sure that some things in here are probably just copy and pasted straight from the Bible. Wouldn't be shocked. Done it before. But yeah, just like before, I'm just going to make fun of it on its own merit. Yeah, I have a feeling it won't be hard. So we'll see. All right, so chapter 1, Jesus foretells the impending destruction of Jerusalem. He also discourses on the second coming of the Son of Man. Isn't that him? It's always weird, right? It's like Jesus talks about the Son of Man. I thought he was. Anyway, and the destruction of the wicked. All right. So it sounds like we're going to have Jesus talking, and if memory serves Jesus, we have to, what was his drinking word? Verily, right? Yeah, verily. So verilies are a drink every time Jesus is talking. So let's see if we get any verilies. Watch, we won't get any after he said that. That'd be sad. Okay, here we go. For I say unto you, whoever you is, I guess us, that ye shall not see me henceforth, and know that I am he of whom it is written by the prophets, until ye shall say, Blessed is he who cometh in the name of the Lord, in the clouds of heaven, and all the holy angels with him. Then understood his disciples that he should come again on the earth, and that he was glorified and crowned on the right hand of God. Oh, Jesus, 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 back to this blah, blah, blah. He never makes any sense. Seriously, is it just me? Or should you expect more? This is God's one time that he's taken human form. This is the one time he's going to do it and come to earth and talk to us, and some people are going to write it down. And it's like, what does he say? Just vague nonsense. Like somehow he said, blessed is he who, you know, comes in the name of the Lord. And then they're like, oh, well, that means he's going to come back. It's like, okay, fair, disciples. If that's what you want to take from that, I'll give it to you. Why not? All right, and Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him, for to hear him saying, Master, show us concerning the building of the temple, the buildings of the temple, as thou hast said, they shall be thrown down, and left unto you desolate. And Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Condescending dick. All right, and do ye not understand them? I love that. They're like, hey, Jesus, you know what time it is? And he's like, do you not know the time? Have you no watch? You know, it's like, Jesus, do you know what time it is or not? Seriously. All right. Ooh, verily, drink, I say unto you that there shall not be left here upon this temple one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. When is this supposed to happen? And Jesus left them and went, I'm sorry, hold on. So the Bible talks about this whole, and the Book of Mormon too, talked about the whole Jerusalem being destroyed, the temple being destroyed, right? Now, when Lehi had a dream, about Jerusalem being destroyed, I can only assume that he was referring to the destruction of Jerusalem by the Babylonians, right? Under, what's his name? Nebuchadnezzar, right? So that must have been when that was, because that was around, I don't know, 550 BC, something about that. So, the timing works out. Then they rebuilt the thing, right? And there Jesus is there and everybody's happy. And now Jesus is talking about Jerusalem being destroyed. Now, the only other time that I'm aware of that Jerusalem and its temple were just kind of like wiped off the face of the earth was by the Romans, which happened, I don't know, it was first century, 70 AD, maybe 75, somewhere in there, late first century. Anyway, so yeah, Titus, I think, not emperor, he was like a general, whatever. Titus destroyed Jerusalem, and the temple burned down. Although a lot of people think it was an accident. I don't think anyone anyway, whatever. So that's when that got destroyed. And so is Jesus basically saying to these people, I'll be back in 70 years or 75, whatever it was? Maybe. Because, the temple was never rebuilt, right? Because now what's standing there is the Islamic thing, what do they call it? Dome of the Rock. So, yeah, I don't know. Bible talks about this a lot too. The temple being destroyed and then it'll be rebuilt. Well, it never was. So now Jesus is saying that, let's see. Yeah. It's just going to be completely destroyed. Not even a rock there. Or a stone left there. Which, I don't know. Are there really no stones? Didn't they excavate, like, the stairs to the temple? Whatever. I'm getting way too into this. Obviously, I've looked this up at some point in my life to understand. Because it is something that you need to kind of get your head around. And it was kind of like, well, man, the Bible talked quite a bit about Jerusalem being destroyed and a temple being destroyed and all that. And it's like, how'd they know? It's like, well, here's how they knew. It was written like 100 years after Jesus. So it had already happened, right? So by the time they wrote the apostles, Jerusalem already had been destroyed. And they're like, yeah, Jesus totally talks about that. Totally did. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, whatever. All right. Sorry for that tangent. That took a while, but, I don't know. Sometimes there's the actual history that we know about and you put it up against these fables and sometimes it just doesn't make sense. Anyway. And Jesus left them and went upon the Mount of Olives. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us when these things, should be when thou hast said concerning the destruction of the temple and the Jews. There's no way that's in the Bible. The destruction of the temple and the Jews. Yeah, Jesus, when were the Jews destroyed? Can you help us out with that? Okay, and what is the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world, or the destruction of the wicked, which is the end of the world? Okay, there's a lot of questions wrapped up into one. So the first was, when is the temple going to be destroyed? Then when are the Jews going to be destroyed? What is the sign of your coming? And then when's the end of the world, which is also described as the destruction of the wicked, which is also the end of the world. So, yeah, all that. Okay. I hope it's all at the same time, or Jesus is going to take a while to answer this. And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. Okay. Does that include you? All right. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. Really? Who? I don't know. I've never met anyone else that's like, I'm Christ. But anyway. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. There you go. Yes, those poor Christians. They're persecuted everywhere. Oh, goodness me. And then shall many be offended, and they shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. This doesn't sound good. Many false prophets shall arise, and shall deceive many. True. Yeah, that's an accurate prediction. There have been many false prophets. I've yet to actually see any evidence that there was ever a true prophet, but yeah, plenty of false ones, that's for sure. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, and he that remaineth steadfast and is not overcome, the same shall be saved. So you just gotta hang in there, guys. Through all this awfulness, just hang in there. You'll be saved eventually, so calm down. When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, what? Spoken of by Daniel the prophet concerning the destruction of Jerusalem. There you go. Then you shall stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand. Oh, I don't think you wanted to be in Jerusalem when Titus's army came in. That would not, you don't want to be in that holy place. It got leveled. Anyway. And then let them who are in Judea flee into the mountains. Okay. So the disciples are in the holy place because that's where God told them to go. But people in Judea, they're mountain people now. Okay. Let him who is on the housetop flee. What? Who is on a housetop? I don't understand that. People live on housetops? I don't know. And not return to take anything out of the house. Well, yeah, you're on the roof. You're going to jump down. Neither let him who is in the field return back to take his clothes. Well, if you're out in the field up to no good, yeah, why are you in the field naked? Just asking, right? If you don't have clothes, something's going on in that field. Little fun times out there. And woe unto them that are with child. Well, probably spent too much time in the fields. What happened there? And unto them that give suck in those days. Well, there you go. Isn't it? It's sad that I no longer laugh at give suck, but it is still funny. So sorry, that's funny, haha. But yeah, if you have a kid or you're nursing a kid, sucks to be you. It's pretty much what that said. Just really, you don't want that. Okay. Therefore pray ye the Lord that your flight not be in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. What if we just said, Lord, how about we don't have to do this flight thing, right? Can I pray for that? Yeah. They're saying, look, God, we know you're going to destroy our stuff and we have to leave naked or whatever. Can you not do it in winter? Cause that would really suck. Cause, naked and all. And then, and not on the Sabbath. Yes. Because while you're in the midst of destroying us, we would hate to have to actually walk on your holy day. Yeah. Better pray for that. For then in those days shall be great tribulation on the Jews, and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem, such as was not before sent upon Israel of God, since the beginning of their kingdom until this time. No, nor ever shall be sent again upon Israel. Now, if they're talking about the Jews in general, right, then I don't think that's true. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure the Nazis did. They definitely, actually, they certainly did more harm against the Jews than anyone else. Yeah, they were not kind. But if this is saying if it's specifically more geographic, just talking about Jerusalem, then I don't know. Was Titus's, sacking of Jerusalem, was that the number one worst time ever? I don't know. And are they talking about sometime in the future? I really don't know. Doesn't say. Anyway. All things which have befallen them are only the beginning of the sorrows which shall come upon them. And except those days should be shortened, there should be none of their flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, according to the covenant, those days shall be shortened. Okay, seriously. Again, Jesus comes to earth. He can tell us anything. He can give us so much wisdom. He can really just this is how it's all put together. I need to explain this to you. And what does he decide to say? Yeah. There should be none of the flesh be saved for the elect's sake, according to the covenant. It's Jesus, just speak normally. No one knows what you're talking about. And the problem is, you want to know why? There's tens of thousands of different denominations of Christianity because of this. Everyone can read it and translate it differently. Or not. Oh, see, there I go saying translate. Anyone can interpret it differently. Yeah. And then, so way to go, Jesus. Way to be vague. And not just vague. Vague means you said something general. You're not saying anything. You're just babbling words. Behold, these things I have spoken unto you concerning the Jews. And again, after the tribulation of those days, which shall come upon Jerusalem. If any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ. Yeah, people will totally say that to me. They'll just walk up and they're like, Lo, here is Christ. I'm like, yeah, okay, go away. Or there, believe him not. And there you go. So anyone that said, look, Christ over here just lies. Just lies. Yeah, I don't believe you. No. For in those days there shall also arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders. Really? So they'll have magic powers? Well, I don't know. They'd get my attention, Jesus. Just saying. Insomuch that, if possible, they shall deceive the very elect, who are the elect according to the covenant. All right. This whole elect business. Maybe it just means Jewish, right? Chosen people and all that nonsense. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, there's going to be some false prophets, and they're going to have some tricks up their sleeve. That's for sure. All right. Behold, I speak these things unto you for the elect's sake, and you also shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye not be troubled, for all I have told you must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Okay. I don't know. I just don't know. Basically, all this awfulness is going to happen. Nothing you can do about it, but that's not the end of the world, I guess, is what he's saying. So, all right. Behold, I've told you before. Wherefore, If they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. Okay, get over it, Jesus. You're basically the only Christ ever. Great. And so if you come back, if you actually come back someday, which a lot of people think you're going to, right? You're basically telling everyone to not believe it's you. Right? You're just like, no matter what happens, don't ever believe that Christ is here. Just don't. So yeah, maybe this was Christ's way of like really just kind of letting us know he's not coming back, right? Maybe. He's like, listen, people are going to think I'm back. I'm not. It's just not me. Just trust me on this. It's never me. It never will be me. Okay? We're clear? All right. For as the light of the morning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, and covereth the whole earth, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. What does that... I don't understand what that means. So the Son of Man, who again, I always thought was Jesus, but now he's talking about him like it's a different person, so maybe I don't know. He's going to come like light? And I don't know. That's weird. Because there's not light shining on all corners of the earth at any given time, right? I suppose little bits of light from the stars and whatnot, but whatever. Yeah, he's going to come like light somehow, whatever that means. And now I show unto you a parable. Okay, this should be fun. Behold, wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. So likewise shall mine elect be gathered from the four quarters of the earth. That's fine parable, Jesus. Nailed that one. Oh yeah, slam dunk. What in the world? That's not a parable. That's a metaphor. Kind of, I think. Yeah, it's a metaphor. It's an incorrect metaphor, because I don't think eagles are scavengers, right? I'm pretty sure eagles go for live prey, I think. Yeah, I don't think they go picking at carcasses. I think you meant vulture, Jesus, or Joseph. I don't know. I don't know who's, writing at this point. Anyway. Okay, and they shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Behold, I speak for mine elect's sake, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Yeah, because, remember back in world history where that didn't happen? You guys remember that? When nations didn't fight each other and kingdoms didn't fight each other? Remember that time when the whole world, no wars? No, that time. No. But don't worry. Coming up soon, there's going to be nations fighting each other. That's when we know Jesus is coming back. Could you imagine living in a world where nations fought each other? Oof, scary place. No. Let's see. There shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Oh, there you go. That does sound like God. He does like to just do that. We don't know why. But, yeah, starve people out, make people sick, tear the earth up. Good for you, God. Appreciate you. And again, because of iniquity shall abound, the love of men shall wax cold, but he that shall not be overcome, the same shall be saved. Yeah, once again, stand strong, people. And again, this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come, or the destruction of the wicked. Well, this sounds like a loophole, guys. If we don't want the world to end, right? We don't want all this horribleness, right? These massive wars and famines and pestilence and earthquakes and all this stuff. Sounds like all we have to do is make sure that the gospel is never preached to all the world. No, as long as it's not like all nations have heard it, because once they've all heard it, sounds like that's it. That's when it's happening. So, man, who in the world is not at least aware of Christianity like that? Man, you'd have to live remote. I might want to live there, but anyway, okay. Blah, blah, blah. And again shall the abomination of desolation spoken of Daniel the prophet be fulfilled. I should probably look up what that is. I assume that it's just talking about like the temple being destroyed. I don't know. Daniel, he was a dude who was in the lion's den. He was wasn't he with Nebuchadnezzar? I think. Isn't Nebuchadnezzar the one that threw him in the lion's den? I thought. Whatever. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was Nebuchadnezzar. But anyway, whatever. He had some prophecy about the abomination of desolation, which sounds like a Lord of the Rings movie. But yeah, apparently it's happening now. And immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun shall be darkened. This is a signature move. And the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven. Whoa. Okay. It's one thing to make them go out, turn off the light from the stars, but to make them fall? where are they falling to? Hopefully not to us. That would burn us up rather quickly. Well, all right. And the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Heaven's shaken. Little earthquake all the way reached heaven. Goodness. Verily, drink, I say unto you, this generation in which these things shall be shown forth shall not pass away until all I have told you shall be fulfilled. Ha! Yeah, right? So he's talking about the end of the world, the second coming, and he's looking right at these people saying, it's going to happen in your generation. Yeah, that's what he's saying. I'm telling you, if you go back and read the Gospels, it really sounds that way. It sounds like Jesus is telling everybody, hey, I'm going to come back real soon, right? And then when you start looking, like after he's gone, then you hear like the disciples and apostles and all these guys talking to each other, and they keep referring to this like, yeah, he's going to be back any day, right, guys? Yeah, any day, surely. And then, and they keep repeating this, that like before the end of our generation. And then it's like, well, we have new generations, and they're like, okay. But until like we'll still be alive when it happens, right? And they keep like pushing the timeline out more and more throughout the New Testament, right? It's all in there. Just go read the Bible. That's how it's read, right? Or how it sounds. And so, yeah, right here. That's exactly right. He's telling everyone, I will be back, or the Son of Man is coming, whichever one. I don't know. But yeah, it's gonna happen. Yeah, before you pass away, your generation passes away. Yeah. So, yeah. It's about 2,000 years late. All right. Although the days will come that heaven and earth shall pass away, yet my word shall not pass away, and all shall be fulfilled. There you go. Somehow, words will outlive matter. Somehow, no. Heaven and earth, poof, that's done, gone. But words, yeah, they survive eternity. And as I said before, after the tribulations of those days, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken, then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. What's that going to help us if the sign's in heaven? We can't see that. Anyway. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. What? How will we know if it's anyway, okay. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Oh, you know what? Every time they say heaven, they might just mean sky. Well, I think that's what's going on there. Well, so anyway, they're going to see him coming, and it's going to make them cry. They're all going to mourn. I don't know. Maybe they're just like, Jesus Christ, he's coming back. Yeah, well, quite literally. And whoso treasureth up my word shall not be deceived, for the Son of Man shall come, and he shall... Yeah, he's saying he. Jesus is talking about someone called the Son of Man, and referring to him as he. I don't think it's the same person. I don't know who the Son of Man is now. I'm confused now, really, because... Like, wouldn't Jesus just say me? Anyway, I don't know. I guess they're separate. And he shall send his angels before him with a great sound of a trumpet. And they shall gather together the remainder of his elect from the four winds, and from one end of heaven to another. Okay, he's coming with quite an entourage, it sounds like, and a little bit of fanfare. Yeah. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. Is this going to be a parable, Jesus? Are you just going to get us all excited for a parable like last time and then just kick us down when it's just a metaphor? All right. When its branches are yet tender and it begins to put forth leaves, you know that summer is nigh at hand. So likewise, mine elect, when they shall see all these things, they shall know that he is near, even at the doors. I still think that's the metaphor best, and it's also just like so stupid. It's like saying, how will we know that you're coming back, Jesus? And it's like, well, you know, when the sun starts to set on the horizon, you know that the nighttime is near. It's like, thank you, Captain Obvious, but that didn't answer my question at all. So, yeah, imagine. It was, yes, when a fig tree starts to have leaves, it means that summer's coming soon. Wow, Jesus, you're just a fountain of knowledge. Thank you. Anything else you want to share would be, it'd be great. Okay. But of that day and hour no one knoweth, no, not the angels of God in heaven, but my Father only. Whoa. So Jesus is kind of like taking a little cop out here. Like, seriously, Jesus, when exactly are you coming? He's like, all right, fine. I'll tell you what, guys. I'll be honest with you. They're like, all right, when's it going to happen? He's like, I actually don't know. I really don't know when I'm supposed to come back or when the Son of Man's supposed to come back if they're not the same person. Yeah, I just don't know. My dad knows. And he's going to tell me, like, and now go, or the Son of Man. If again, I don't know if they're the same. Okay, so he just doesn't know. So sad. Yeah. But as it was in the days of Noah, so it shall be also at the coming of the Son of Man. Wait now, didn't God give us a rainbow to promise he'd never send another flood? I don't like the sounds of this. Let's see. For it shall be with them as it was in the days which were before the flood. Before the flood. For until the day that Noah entered into the ark, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage. Is there a problem with that? Eating and drinking, requirements of life, and they're marrying each other. Okay. Because I thought they were going to get into like the fact that in the Bible it said, that men were just sinning continually. They had sin in their hearts all the time. They were just evil and abominations. And that's why God had to destroy the earth. But here it's saying their crimes were eating, drinking, and getting married. Good God, were they not supposed to do that? It wouldn't have lasted very long, God. Anyway, all right. I mean, seriously, what are you doing? I'm sustaining myself so that I continue to live, and then I am procreating. Yeah, to keep the species alive. Those are all very necessary things, Jesus, but all right. And knew not until the flood came, and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Great. He's going to come kill everybody. Sounds great. Then shall be fulfilled that which is written, that in the last days 2 shall be in the field, and 1 shall be taken, and the other left. Okay, so does that mean half of the people get taken? Who cares? 2 shall be grinding at the mill, 1 shall be taken, and the other left. Great. 2 shall be having sex, 1 will be taken, and the other will be highly disappointed. Well, it doesn't really say that. But, I mean, you could just go on forever, right? I mean, seriously, what a bizarre one to call out. Grinding at the mill and just be standing in a field. Yeah. I don't know why they're so special. Well, I mean, you could just keep going with that if you wanted to. 2 will be standing in the kitchen. 1 shall be taken. The other shall not. It's like, whatever. Okay. And what I say unto one, I say unto all men, watch, therefore, for you know not at what hour your Lord doth come. Well, what are we watching for then? Weird. But know this, if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched, and would not have suffered his house to have been broken up, but would have been ready. Fair-ish, I guess. I don't know. All right. It's basically just saying, like, if you know when something's coming, you'll be ready for it. Yeah, okay, that's sure. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. Oh, God. So basically, really, this guy owns his house, and he just has to sit there and guard the door all the time. Can't ever leave, just to guard it, because he never knows. Might get robbed. That's a fine way to live your life. It's basically what it's saying to do, right? And sit around, prepared to get whisked away at any moment. You never know when that moment's going to be. So you better just have all your affairs in order, because it could be the next second you could just be gone. No, great. You know there are millions tons of people that believe this. They actually believe they're just going to get magic warped up to heaven. Just whoa. Yeah. There's been like book series written about this, and movies and TV shows. It's crazy. People think that's going to happen. Just, wow. Why would people think that? Oh, that's right. Someone wrote it down 2,000 years ago. Okay. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? I don't even care what that said. Blessed is the servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing, and verily, drink, I say unto you, he shall make him ruler over all his goods. All right, so I guess if you're in charge, you should really feed your employees. I guess. I don't know what else that said. But if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, then shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken. Wow, this is like a very just poor view of humanity, right? This is basically saying that without the fear that the Son of Man is going to pop in any second, then, we're just going to start beating each other and just be drunk all the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly how that goes. Well, it's actually condescending, right? To anyone that doesn't believe this. It's just like, well, then you must not be moral. You must be an immoral person. because you don't think that, you're going to get magic warped up to heaven. No, what? That's terrible. Anyway, I can show you millions and hundreds of millions of examples of people that are very moral, live great, just lives, and in no way think they're going to get warped up to heaven. So, what are you going to do? All right. The Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and shall appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. I love when they always say in the Bible, gnashing of teeth. I've never seen anyone do that. You ever seen anyone mad that's just like, rah, 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 rah. Anyway, I don't know, but it does say it a lot. Anyway, yeah, so, if you're one of those people that didn't think he was coming back, he's just gonna just mess you up for some reason. Anyway, must come at the end of the wicked according to the prophecy of Moses. Man, they're bringing all kinds of old school guys back. Noah, Moses, Daniel. Goodness, this one's just name dropping all over the place. Saying, they shall be cut off from among the people, but the end of the earth is not yet, but by and by. Wow. That was pretty freaking boring. Oh my God, I just turned the page. That's the end. That's the end of Matthew. Man, talk about pointless. I'm sure there was a reason. It must have been a point. Surely you guys will be able to explain to me what that was, why it was here. I mean, it did say it was like an extract from this like Joseph Smith Bible. I just know why. I don't know why they picked that one. Pretty boring. Surely there's better stuff in the Bible you could have put in there, Joe. I don't know. Whatever. I didn't write it. What are you going to do? Well, now we have this Joseph Smith history, which I've been told is long. So yeah, I do, honestly, I actually do kind of like the logistical spoilers that you guys give me, because I do get like messages. Actually, there was on the website where someone posted this. I think it was Scott, actually, and said, Joseph Smith history, there's no way you're doing that in one episode. So now I could either start reading and get through as much of it as I can, or there's something else I did. I actually did this a few weeks ago and just never did anything with it. But my son was really, he was just like bugging. He's 7, by the way. And he's bugging me like, come on, Dad, I want to do a podcast. And I was like, what do you want to do? He's like, let me read the Book of Mormon. I was like, you will shoot yourself. It is that boring. There's no way you would actually 7-year-old read the Book of Mormon. And, but I started thinking about it and I was like, hey, wait a minute. I remember finding this like, Book of Mormon stories, right? This illustrated little kids book. I was like, maybe we could read that together. So we did. And, maybe I'll finally get around to editing that and tack it on at the end of this. And we didn't do all of it, mind you. We just did like one episode. I want to say we did like the, where did the Book of Mormon come from? And then, like the beginning of I think all the way up to like when they killed Laban, I think. I don't think, we certainly didn't get to the magic brass ball. I was hoping we'd get to that. But anyway, so I think I'll just tack it on at the end. You know me, I'm always doing new fun stuff just for the heck of it. And so I'd love to hear what you guys think. If you thought, okay, 7, it's not that, it was funny at first, now it's annoying, just tell me that. And then, that'll be the end of it. And we'll find some other fun thing to do together. But if you think it's fun and you want us to keep going with it, maybe we'll do little bits of it and we can just tack them on at the end of the shows or something like that, or maybe a little midweek special with one. I don't know. So let me know what you think. And, this is, me and my son reading the Book of Mormon stories, I think it's called. And, all right, enjoy. Welcome back to My Book of Mormon with me, David Michael, and I am joined today by a special guest, my one and only son, Roman. Say hello, Roman.
You have another son.
I have another son. Where's he hiding? You know about something I don't know about?
He's right behind us.
Yeah, that's my daughter. What are you talking about? Okay. So will you say hello to everyone?
Hello, I'm Roman Michael.
Yeah. Very exciting. Okay, so Roman decided that he wanted to get in on all this podcasting fun. And he said, maybe I should read the Book of Mormon. And I thought, oh, Roman, it's way too long and boring. You'd hate it because you're 7, right? You're 7?
Yeah.
Yeah. And but we found this illustrated children's book. And so we thought this could be fun. So Roman wants to give this a shot. And we'll see how this turns out. We're gonna read it. So do you want me to read it or do you want to read it?
You can read it and I can talk.
All right, let's do it that way. So here we go with the, I guess this is called Book of Mormon Stories, and there's all these cute little paintings. Aren't they lovely, Roman?
They're torture.
They're torture. Okay. That's a little dramatic, but okay. I guess Roman doesn't like the artwork. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna start with chapter 1, which is called How We Got the Book of Mormon. All right, so here we go. When Joseph Smith was 14 years old, many churches were claiming to be true, and he did not know which one to join.
Don't join any churches if you use your head.
Well, I mean, that's one answer, to just not join a church, but I think he didn't think about that.
Yeah, because he doesn't use his head.
Well, we'll see. Maybe he starts using his head sooner or later. You want to find out?
Maybe.
We'll keep going. One day Joseph read James 1:5 in the Bible. Quote, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask God, end quote. Joseph needed to know which church was right, so he decided to ask God. I don't understand why this is special. Don't you think most people would ask God if their church is right?
Yeah.
I would think. Doesn't everyone do this? Which, by the way, this wasn't in the Book of Mormon. I think this is coming up later. But anyway, okay. On a spring morning, Joseph went into the woods near his home to pray. Okay? As he knelt down and started to pray, Satan tried to stop him. Well, how? What did he do?
He kind of did nothing. It doesn't really say.
It just says Satan tried to stop him. I don't understand how can someone stop you from praying?
Okay, so and then he said, Joseph prayed harder, asking Heavenly Father for help.
I guess you decided to read. My little good reader over here.
Yeah, you can read.
Yeah, what grade level do you read at, Smarty Pants?
O.
Huh?
O.
I don't even know what that means.
I'm O.
You're O.
Yeah.
That's a good thing?
A, B, C, D.
Stop. All right, we have an O-level reader here. Doing great.
In
all right,
first
Smarty
grade.
Pants. Smarty Pants. No, you're done first grade.
I know, I'm second grade.
Right, so why don't, come on, Smarty Pants, read the next one.
Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ came to Joseph in a pillar of light. Heavenly Father pointed to Jesus and said, this is my beloved son. Hear him.
Wow, I'm impressed you got beloved. You really are. You are an O reader, aren't you? That's pretty impressive. All right, so this is normal, right? Pillar of light, 2 people standing in it, and God said, listen to Jesus.
Listen to my heart.
So let me ask you something. You think if Jesus had come by himself in this pillar of light, that Joseph would have been like, I'm not listening to you. Who are you? You're just someone in a pillar of light. But because God said, this is my son, you have to listen. What do you think?
Well, he might be seeing things.
He could be seeing things. Yeah, that's probably more likely. But all right, let's see what Jesus has to say. Ready? Go.
Joseph asked him which church he should join. Jesus told him not to join any of them because they were all wrong.
Well, there you go. That was your solution, right?
Dun, dun, dun.
You said don't join any church. Jesus agrees with you. This is great. All right. When Joseph told some people what he had seen and heard, they laughed at him. Imagine that.
Of course.
Would you laugh at someone if they said, I just went out to the woods and I saw Jesus in a pillar of light? What would you do?
Run away.
You'd run away. You wouldn't even laugh. Why would you run away?
It's God. He's scary.
You're scared of God?
Because I'm seeing things when I see God.
Oh, gotcha. So if you saw it, you'd freak out. But what if you just had a friend that said, I just came back from the woods and I saw a pillar of light and Jesus was in it?
I would say, but what the?
That's what you'd say?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, when Joseph told... Okay, they laughed at him. Okay, the leaders of many local churches persecuted him. Do you know what it means to persecute? It's kind of like bullying. Yeah, pretty much like that. That's exactly right. Okay, your turn.
3 years went by. One night, Joseph was praying to be forgiven on his sins. Are those sins or
Yeah,
sins?
sins. That's right, sins.
Sims 4. Sins. And to know what he should do. What should you do?
I don't know. All he knows is that he's not supposed to join a church. He prayed to God, which church do I join? And God came down and said, none of them.
They're wrong.
Goodbye.
None of them, because they are all wrong. Goodbye.
I know. What do you do after that? You'd be like, okay. All right, here we go. An angel named... let's see if you can say this name. What do you think his name is?
Moroni.
Pretty close. Moroni. That's closer than I got. I called him Moroni at first, and everybody laughed at me. Okay. Appeared and told Joseph about a book that was written on gold plates. Joseph was to translate these plates into English. What are you doing?
I'm trying to read these gold plates.
Oh, you've got some now?
God, bring them down to me.
No, God didn't bring him. An angel came and told him that he had to go find it.
God got the angel and threw it down to his house.
Something like that. Okay, after Moroni left, Joseph thought about what Moroni had told him. Moroni came back 2 more times that night. I don't know why. The angel came down 3 times to tell him the same thing. I still don't know why.
Angel, come and tell us why.
All right, so now hold on. So your idea was, so just maybe if you go really loud to Moroni, he'll come and explain to us.
Moroni!
Oh my God, look at Maybe that's him. Sorry, we were looking at the audio track. It like jumped out when Roman yelled. Anyway, okay. The next day, Joseph went to the top of the hill. Oh, let's see if you can read that word, Mr. O reader.
Comora.
Wow. You're doing much better than I did. All right. The top of the hill, Comora, which he had seen in a vision. There he found a big rock. He pried up the rock with a stick. There you go. So far, do you think this guy, what do you think about his brain? So far he's seen a pillar of light with God and Jesus in it. He's seen an angel came down to him 3 times at night. Now he had a vision, where to find this big rock. What do you think of his brain so far?
He had a drug.
You think he's on drugs? Yeah, that could be. I hadn't thought of that. He might be on drugs. Yeah. Okay. Good theory. Okay. Your turn.
Beneath the rock was a stone box. As Joseph looked into the box and saw gold plates.
Oh.
How exciting! Just gold plates in a box. How exciting!
Very exciting.
I want to hear some more.
Look. Next.
Moroni. Can you say that?
Moroni appeared
and told Joseph to not take the plates, but to come back on the same day each year for 4 each years. Each time Joseph went, Moroni taught him. Why
are you reading like that?
I don't know, but screw you, God. I'm going to look into that box and take out those golden plates.
You wouldn't wait?
I would just...
That's what you'd say? So if you saw the plates and Moroni popped up again, started floating in front of you and said, you can't take them, you would just say, screw you, I'm taking them?
You're just a vision, screw you.
You're just a vision? What are you going to do? Vision? Okay, but no, Joseph listened to the rules, so what does it say next?
After 4 years, Joseph was finally allowed to take the golden plates. He used the Urim and Thummim.
Close enough.
To translate some of them.
Now, do you want me to tell you what the
Why didn't I listen to Moroni in the first place? I've been waiting a couple years and I'm 4, yeah.
Waste of time.
That's just wasting time.
Yeah, indeed. So there's Urim and Thummim. Do you want to know what they are? They're magic rocks. He puts on like his breastplate or something, and then it attaches to glasses. And when he looks like through the rocks in a hat, then he can translate the golden plates. Does that make sense?
So he's gonna put it where?
I'm not quite sure. It says that they go on a breastplate, but then they're also like glasses. So I don't really understand how it's both. But let's just pretend they're rocks that you look through. Because, you know, you can look through rocks, right?
Yeah.
Really?
Moroni.
He's not coming, dude. Sorry. Next it says, scribes helped Joseph by writing the words as he translated them from the gold plates. Sorry for the background noise. I think Roman's little sister is just not going to be quiet today. It's just not going to happen. So we're gonna have some nice singing in the background. That's nice.
God, can you please come down and tell her?
Nothing is going to stop it. There's absolutely nothing. She has headphones on and she's watching little kid music videos.
Okay.
She is going to
come
sing.
Down from above.
I think hell's below. I don't really know. All right. So look, he's doing it. He's writing it into English, these gold plates. So Joseph took the translated words to a printer and had them made into a book. Read the final. This is the exciting part.
Dun, dun, dun. The book was called The Book of Mormon. It tells you about people who lived, in America. In America many years ago. It also tells about Jesus Christ and the Son of God. Oh, Jesus Christ? Are you there?
He's the Son of God. All right, so now we're going to get to read what was on the gold plates, right? This is what the book started with. This guy named Lehi.
He has a gigantic beard.
Stop looking at all the pictures. We have to do it one at a time. All right, most of the people living in Jerusalem 600 years before the birth of Christ were wicked. God sent prophets to tell them to repent, but they would not listen. No, they wouldn't listen. Do you know what it means to repent? It just means to say you're sorry to God.
Sorry.
Do you think you've done anything that you need to apologize to God for?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like, I'm sorry, God, that I told you that you're not real, even though you're not real.
Why do you keep saying that? Why are you so convinced that there's no God?
Use your brain.
That doesn't have... Come on, explain. What do you think?
So first, it's ridiculous, and if you actually use science, you would figure it out. So if you use...
But there's a lot of people that say, well, how can the universe be here if there's no God? A lot of people say that. What do you think?
Have you watched Cosmos?
Oh. Okay, that helps. Okay. Fair enough. You know, do I ever tell you, Roman, don't believe in God, you shouldn't believe in God?
You just say, just think about it, because if you...
Yeah.
First, how was the Earth... So, I'll tell you how the universe was made.
Oh, okay.
It's hard to explain, but, it was just a bunch of energy.
Okay.
Then soon it formed into energy waves, which made energy hills, which started to create into, like, the universe. And then soon other things came, like stars, and then, meteors, and stuff like...
Where was the Big Bang and all that?
Oh, yeah, like, remember... And then,
was that before or after these waves?
This is what happened before the Big Bang. And then the Big Bang happened.
Good grief.
And
I don't think that all of that... I don't think they know that, do they? It's a theory?
There's just scientists that's been working on this theory for a long time.
Is that what you're going to do? Are you going to be a theoretical physicist?
Yeah.
That's what you want to do?
Well, I want to change the world with science.
Okay.
Science.
All right, fair enough. Calm down.
Science.
Calm down. Okay. So a prophet, by the way, is somebody that God picks and he talks to them so that they'll go talk to people for him. But it doesn't work, right? Because God sent prophets to talk to these people, but nobody listened to them. So God, I think, is picking the wrong people. Anyway, keep reading. Lehi
was a prophet. He prayed that the people would repent. While he was playing, a pillar of fire appeared. God told and showed Lehi many things. Yeah. So first a pillar of light, now a pillar of fire.
Yep.
Pillars.
God likes his pillars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, it says pillar, and there's the word pill in it, and drugs, and drugs are pills.
Boom, blew my mind, dude. They're all on drugs, huh?
They're all on drugs.
They're like, no, that's not a pillar of fire. That's a pill you swallowed. That's why you're seeing things. Very smart. Very good observation. Okay. All right. Oh, he has more drugs coming up. Keep reading.
Maybe the can right there is full of his...
Well, see, people can't see the pictures. So, come on, just read.
Yeah.
Lehi.
Lehi returned home and had a vision. He saw God, surrounded by many angels. The angels were singing and praising God.
Very nice. Yeah, it sounded just like an angel. All right, keep going.
In his vision, Lehi was given a book that told what would happen in the future. He read that
Jerusalem. That's a tough one.
I can't even say that. Would be destroyed because of the people were wicked.
They were wicked. And when people are bad, you know what God does? Just kills them. All right, Lehi, I'll finish this up. Lehi told the
cops do.
That's what the cops do? They're not supposed to.
Sometimes. When there's a crazy murderers out there, their punishment is to kill them.
They're supposed to arrest them.
They actually kill them sometimes.
Sadly, that's true. The police do get a little bit brutal sometimes. But okay. Lehi told the people that Jerusalem would be destroyed. He also told of the coming of Jesus.
I just said that.
I'm reading this part.
Oh.
The people were angry and tried to kill Lehi, but the Lord protected him.
He put a shield around him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shield of invisibility.
The Lord, can you do it to me too? I don't think the bully's bullying me anymore. I don't even have any bullies.
I was going to say, who is bullying you? Nobody's bullying you, are they?
Your bald head.
Oh, that's very nice. Very kind of you.
You have hair.
Yeah, your hair bullies mine. Laughing at my bald head all the time. All right. Okay, the Lord was pleased with Lehi, and one night spoke to him in a dream. So far, let's see. But just so far, you might be right about this drug thing. Because so far he saw a pillar of fire, and it was talking to him. Then he had a vision, right? And then he thought he could see the future. And now he's having a dream. And he thinks that God's talking to him in his dream. Yeah. What?
God, stop giving drugs to me.
Okay, Lehi's family packed food in tents. They left their house and their gold and silver and traveled into the wilderness. So they left all of their riches behind. They left all their money.
Everyone, steal my stuff. We're just going to go to a new place.
Okay, next.
We don't care.
Lehi and his wife. All right, let's see if you can get these names. Here you go. Lehi and his wife. What's her name? Sariah, I think is it. No. Had 4 sons. Their names were?
Laman, Lamiel, Sam, and Nephi.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Pretty close. It's actually Laman, Lemuel, Sam, you got that one right, and Nephi.
I never even knew how to say Stan. That was the best guess ever.
All right, after traveling for 3 days, Lehi's family camped in a valley near a river. Okay, Lehi built an altar of stones and made an offering to God. You know what that means?
Oh, come and get my stones, God.
No, the stones weren't the offering. He had to actually take like a lamb and slit its throat and then burn it on the altar.
Oh, get this dead lamb even though it's your dead thing.
Yeah, God kind of likes blood. I don't know why. Okay. He thanked God for saving his family from being destroyed. Lehi named the river Laman and the valley Lemuel. Lehi wanted his sons to be like the river and the valley, continually flowing to God and steadfastly keeping the commandments. So, yeah.
And Sam was like, oh my God, why did you make something after names about me?
Sure, Sam was probably a little upset. Where's the river of Sam? Come on, what's going on here?
River of Sam.
Okay, let's see. What are these two? Laman and Lemuel, what do they think? You read.
Thought their father was foolish for leaving
Jerusalem.
And their riches did not believe that Jerusalem would be destroyed.
Wow, you had to punch the table. So they're not very happy. 2 of the brothers aren't happy.
But the Sam was like, oh yes, this is very good.
Well, don't forget about Nephi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nephi. No one likes Nephi.
Why?
Nephi's a lame name.
You think Nephi's a lame name? So no one's going to like him?
You have a lame name.
Do you do that to people at school if they have a lame name? Do you make fun of them?
No, but I make fun of Nephi if he had a lame name.
So if you had a kid in your class named Nephi?
No, a kid in my house named Nephi.
Oh, like if you had a brother named Nephi, you'd pick on him for it?
Yeah.
It's not very nice. It's not his fault.
His name, then I'll blame you on it.
Yeah, you should, yeah. If I name a kid Nephi, you can laugh at me for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Nephi wanted to understand the things Lehi had seen. He prayed to know if his father had done the right thing by leaving
Jerusalem.
I know that.
That one's killing you. That's still a city, you know.
It's not killing me. I just have a little cut from it.
I know. You know Jerusalem's still a city. It's in Israel.
Oh, Jerusalem is named after a Bible story.
Yes. It's been there a long time. Anyway, we'll keep going.
Because no one believed him.
Come on, let's keep going.
Jesus Christ visited Nephi and told him, Lehi's words were true. Nephi believed and did not rebel as Laman, and Limul. Limul.
Yeah, so he prayed and Jesus told Nephi, no, your dad's not crazy. But Jesus didn't tell them. So they're like, well, we think our dad's crazy. So Too bad for them. All right. Nephi told his brothers what Jesus had told him. Sam believed Nephi. Oh, there you go. But Laman and Lemuel would not believe.
Because Sam is the best name. Oh, no, Bob is the best name ever.
Bob is the best name ever?
And Sam's the second best name ever. Bob Fish was anything. Bob the Turtle. Bob the Rabbit. Bob the Cat. Bob the Eye. Bob the
There
Nose.
is a show called Bob the Builder.
Yeah, even Builder.
Even Builder.
Bob the Builder.
Okay, you're getting a little bit off topic. Let's come back. All right, the Lord promised Nephi that he would be blessed because of his faith. He would become a leader over his brothers. Do you know what faith is? Do you know what that means?
His greatness.
No, not quite. Faith means that you just believe it.
I believe it, believe it, believe it.
It's like you believe something with no evidence for it. It's kind of what faith is. Because if you see, like if I told you that is a bottle of water, you wouldn't have faith to believe it. You have evidence, right? You can see it's a bottle of water.
Maybe I see some wiggly thing in it.
But if I told you that in that closet there was a giant purple bunny rabbit, if you believe, it would take faith for you to believe me if we said that we could never open the closet.
Or I could open the closet and then close it and then say I didn't do it and say I don't believe you.
Fair enough. Sit down. I was just trying to explain what faith is. Maybe it's a bad example. It just means to believe something that you can't really see or feel.
Okay, next chapter.
This song is licensed for use within this podcast. All song and copyright information can be found at www.mybookofmormonpodcast.com.